Oh yeah, you already know what time it is. You already know what's going on. I'm your host Cam Silver,
I'm your co-host Kyle Silver.
and welcome back to another episode of the Silverboys podcast.
Hey.
Oh yeah, Kyle, we just got done with NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Interesting to say the least.
Yeah, yeah. Wasn't too crazy about it. We kind of already spoke about this a little bit, but just to recap, it was the same format as last time for the Rising Stars Challenge, right?
hmm
Where they
hmm
had I think it was what, three teams or whatever the heck.
The teams, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they had like Team Mello, it was Team Vince, and Team T-Mac
hmm
that was out there. And I think they also had the G League team that they usually have too, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it was four.
Okay.
But yeah, don't even give me a line. I forgot who won, but I know it was indeed a good showing. There's always a good showing because it's the young guys that most people probably don't get a chance to see because
hmm
they're not on a national stage and things of that nature. One person that we did miss was Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag was out with an injury, so he did
hmm
not play in that game. But good for that. On Saturday we had All Star Saturday, which started at on the East Coast started at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which was bizarre to
Just
say the
absolutely
least.
atrocious if you ask me, man.
Yeah, I did, and the funny thing is, they got the skills challenge back.
hmm
We obviously still had the 3-point challenge and the dunk contest, but they started off with the 3-point contest.
Yeah, which is not really, honestly, I think over the past couple of years, the 3-point contest has been the most exciting just because, a lot of these guys are some of the best shooters in the world,
Right.
obviously speaking. So, I'm honestly surprised that they didn't put that last, especially over the past couple of years, but I know how it is with the dunk contest being, that's supposed to be that star-studded, excitement, enthusiasm event. But the 3-point contest is definitely taking that reign.
Yeah.
And so for them to start with that at 5 o'clock, not okay.
Yeah, no, no, not okay at all. Damian Lillard, who hasn't even played at all because he's still recovering from an Achilles tear, came in and won the 3-point contest.
I don't even how you come in. You rehabbing your Achilles, but you can still come in and shoot the 3-point contest. Okay. And
And
win too, and win.
that's the crazy part. And Devin Booker actually had a chance to win it. I think he was down 2 points.
Mhm,
So he needs to make one money ball to tie, and he needed to make another one in order to go ahead.
mhm.
He missed the last three money ball and did not end up winning, and whew, which was an ultimate sellout right there.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough loss, but Damian Lillard is if he ain't he top two, top three for real, like in today's NBA when it comes to shooting, and I mean he has been for real. So that goes without saying. If Steph's not in it, Dame Dame definitely probably
Dame
gonna win
definitely.
it. If Kyrie not there too, because you got to give Kyrie some of that credit as well too, for
Yeah,
real.
yeah. I know Steph said that he does plan on participating next year.
hmm
He said he would like to get him to do it, Dame,
Clay.
Clay, Kevin Durant,
Uh,
even. So, who else could round that out as like the best shooters in the world? Maybe a Trey Young, maybe a Kyrie Irving if Kyrie's gonna fill up to it, whoever. Another one that I like is Concanople.
he could
He's
that boy
been,
could shoot the air off that ball.
yeah, man, he's shooting it lights out right now for a rookie too.
Yeah.
So that would be very interesting to see. I think hands down that would have no choice but to make it the last official event on All-Star Saturday.
Hmm.
We hope.
We hope. We
We hope.
definitely do hope.
Um, the skills challenge was good. It was different
hmm
this year. I think the Knicks ended up winning.
They did, yeah. Jalen Brunson and Cat.
Cat, yep, Allen Houston.
hmm
So that was awesome to see. Love that for them. And then yeah, we had the dunk contest where a Miami Heat player won it. I forgot his name already, but I know he's from the West Coast and he was showing it because he was doing nothing but dancing half of the time, other than actually dunking the ball.
Oh man, the dunk contest just ain't what it used to be, man, and it's just sad to see because that used to be the most exciting thing, and now it's just like it's not even worth looking forward to.
Mm-mm. It's a footnote at this point.
It really is. It's just there just because it's been a staple, over the past however long it's been in the league, on
Correct.
All-Star weekend. So, I just wish we saw some guys that like some. I wish we could see like some, I'm not taking anything away from those guys that participated, but you want to see household names in a dunk contest like we used to. I'm always gonna bring it back to Mike and them boys, and yeah, I take a Nate Robinson again for real.
Yeah, yeah. Nate Robinson versus Dwight Howard,
Yeah,
David
for
versus
real.
Goliath right there.
Exactly. Yo, give me back Spud Webb.
Yeah, man, missing it sadly with the dunk contest. And honestly, in my opinion, we probably just need to take a break from it.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a bad idea because you make people miss it. You know what I mean? I would say take 2, 3 years off from it. Honestly, there's a whole bunch of other things that I know that they can come up with. Um, so or you just do the skills challenge and a 3-point for real.
Shoot, I would love for them to implement a one-on-one challenge.
One-on-one challenge now. That's yeah,
That would be
yeah.
awesome because I
Like a
don't know if you
tournament
see.
style.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the Women's Undisputed League,
Come on now.
the
Oh yeah.
one-on-one challenge, the one-on-one games, man. They
They be
go
going at
at
it.
it. What?
And they should only give them like 3 dribbles max or something
Oh
too.
yeah, three jewel max, man.
Yeah, straight back work.
I love to oh my goodness, when they would have like the Team USA
Yeah, say.
practices and they
Mm-hmm.
would have the three jewel max
Yep.
drills. Oh my goodness. Those
Yep.
are so much fun. So much fun. For those out there who've never done the three jewel max drill on
Oh
one
my
ones,
God. That 3 dribble max challenge is probably one of the most fun things in this world that you could do.
man, I miss that stuff. I miss it so much because that's when the true out of the box creativity comes into life.
Very much so. Because imagine like a KD versus a Wemby, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like Kyrie having to do 3 dribbles against a KD, like if
Hmm.
they get matched up, or against a Wemby if they get matched up.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
defense did he come up? That's actually a really good idea for real.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, man, one on one right there, man. One on one, three jewel max, king of the court style.
Like
Don't get,
if you win, you keep going, and if you
if you
yeah,
lose, you gotta go off. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Team Stars ended up winning the NBA All-Star game or however the heck
Sunday.
you wanna call it, tournament, I guess. Right. Um, yeah, this one was weird because Team World didn't have all their players. Jokic barely played, Luka barely played. You know, Wemby went out there and he set the tone though. And
Yeah, SGA
that's
didn't play as well too.
yep, SGA didn't play as well, but like I said, Wemby set the tone, and that's all we needed to see. Because then, guess what? It made everybody else follow suit. You see
Yeah.
guys like Braun going crazy. Kawhi Leonard had
Why?
himself one of the best games that you had seen, where he just couldn't miss. Anthony Edwards led the young stars, to their victory, and he ended up winning the All-Star game MVP, rightfully so. KD was going crazy. Shoot, De'Aaron Fox had a game winner.
Yeah, Fox game winner. Yeah.
So like it's stuff like that. Like I love seeing that. I'm not mad at the format. It would be cool to see like a East versus West again. It would be cool to see a USA versus the world instead of it in a round robin. But I'm not mad at the round robin because at the end of the day, all we want to do is see the best players come together and just play the best basketball.
Yeah, I
You
want
know?
that. The thing is just bring us that same intensity that we see when they're doing summer league runs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that's really just most important because we see how hard those guys are going, how effortlessly they can score in that, and it seems more entertaining for real, in my opinion, because that's just like closed gym type stuff where you are working on what you need to work on, but you're out there having fun at the same time as well too, bringing that competitive spirit like it's a street ball game. Uh,
Exactly.
I actually kind of like the round robin format. I like the way that they split the 3 teams up. I like how they gave the stripes like was like pretty much the older generation.
Right.
And the stars was like the young
The young
United
cats.
Stars. So I actually really liked how they were able to split that up. because I think that just brings a little bit more competition, in terms of like the USA versus the world. Because the world got to go up against two USA teams now.
Yeah, yeah,
But shout out to Wemby. I got to give Wemby the props because I think he was the reason why it was so competitive for real. Um, I don't even know if Jokic would have brought that same competitiveness. I don't think Luka would have brought that same competitiveness if they were playing
yeah.
um Wemby is what made it an all-star, an all-star 3 games, 4 games, however many it was. Um
Right.
so but yeah, I gotta shout out Kawhi too, because boy, like when he's on,
Yeah.
he's top three when he's on, bro. He
Yeah.
really
When Kawhi, and we've seen this, and especially what was the year that they won the championship with Toronto
I don't know.
in 2019 when he's fully healthy. If I'm being honest with you, you could put him up against almost anybody, and he won't lose.
Yeah, he really won't.
He
He
won't lose. He gets to his spots strong, athletic,
hmm
and he's always in control.
put him in a three dribble, like in the three dribble joint, because he's master of that too.
Yeah.
You just said getting to his spots efficiently and then just being able to rise up, get to the basket. I mean, that dude, he's so athletic when he's healthy, when his knees is all right. Um,
Hmm.
and that's something you can't take away from him because like I said, when he's on, bro.
Yeah,
And he
and
showed it. I'm glad that he showed it in the Intuit Dome, like, where he's playing night in, night out, in front of that crowd, in front of that fan base. So I'm happy he was able to come in, be healthy, and actually show off, you know what I mean? What he's able to do. I think I don't think we forget. I think some people forget.
yeah, yeah, most definitely, because they're so used to seeing him, on the sidelines and things of that nature, always trying to rehab his
Mhm.
knees and things like that. But I was happy that he was able to go out there and just show everybody and remind everybody, like, hey, I'm still one of the ones out here. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
love that for him. So on Thursday, the NBA has implemented an anti-tanking plan. So it's not like set in stone just yet on what we could possibly be getting, but this is what it is. So the possible stuff is first round draft picks can be protected only for top four or top 14 plus selections. Lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or later date, no longer allowing a team to pick in the top four in consecutive years and or after consecutive bottom three finishes. Teams can't pick in top four the year after making the conference finals. Lottery odds allocated based on 2 year records. Lottery extended to all playing teams. Flattened odds for all lottery teams.
So, just to like really get into this, I think that these concepts, the plans that they have, I actually really like these plans.
Yeah,
Just reading them, they sound really good. How they implement them and how, it goes over the course of, maybe like a 3 to 4 years. I think it'll be interesting to see because
right,
that's to really be able to get a full sample size of what it will actually look like.
right, yeah,
But I'll pick out some of the ones that I think like would really be great is the lottery odds freezing at the trade deadline. I don't even like the or a later date. Like just freeze it at the trade deadline.
yeah,
Um, because I think by that time you know where your team is at. You're trying to get stars, trying not to, trying to move things around to free up cap space, free up lottery space, whatever the things might be. But I think that that's a really good stopping point. And then really just seeing, where teams are, and we know who's going to be bottom of the bottom. You know what I mean? Um, Another one that I like is teams can't pick in the top four the year after making the conference finals. I just got some questions in that one though.
yeah.
Because a team like OKC, they got a Clippers pick, right? They have a Clippers pick. I don't think it's in the top four, but right, I think it's like number seven they got or something like that. I might be getting the numbers a little bit mixed up, but the only question I have is like, what happens if a team does trade for another player and they get a top pick, but that team makes the conference finals like an OKC does? Are they
Right.
still, will they still have access to that pick, or are they gonna just have to forfeit it to the team that actually, they went through within the trade? I think that's something that needs to be ironed out, for real, just because I think that could get shaky. I really do think that that could get shaky. I
Right.
like the lottery odds being allocated based on a 2-year record versus a 1-year record, because again, I think that that's a better sample size, and it just allows for, teams to really move around a little bit and not, you got, let's just say Washington is 4 and whatever, 106. I don't know. Like at that point, I don't. You might have to just give it to them. Just give them the number one pick. Because like, what happens if what if you got a terrible record for 2 years, brother? What happens?
Yeah, yeah.
No. You got a terrible record for 2 years, and then you gave your pick to OKC, who just won a championship. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But I like these plans a lot. I like how Adam Silver is just like kind of being a little bit more forceful with it.
Yeah,
Like adamant about it, trying to really, because they really, the tanking's been going on for a while. But I just like how quickly it seems like you're trying to move on with this, is what I'm saying here.
yeah,
I think that that's important in order to get this rectified immediately, so you don't just end up losing the game and the integrity of the game that we love so much, that I love so much.
right. Yeah, no, I look at it how Kendrick Perkins looks at it, where
Mhm.
in terms of the tanking, where you're just throwing games,
Yeah.
which is illegal. You're just doing it in a more legal way.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Without the money and the cash flow coming into you. So I love that they are trying to aggressively get to the bottom of this and make sure that, teams aren't losing, we're not losing the integrity of the game. Because at the end of the day, you're losing viewership.
At a
At a,
probably a really bad pace too.
yeah, at a high rate right now. You're
Yes.
probably losing viewership. Like, if I'm being honest with you guys, for the most part, I do watch games, but I get bored watching games
Hmm.
because I don't see the star players out there, because it looks like teams aren't playing hard, because I don't want to see a team consecutively lose double digit leads.
Hmm.
Like that right there doesn't tell me anything, but someone in the front office is saying, hey, yo, by the fourth quarter, pull everybody and just put in the guys at the end of the bench. That's exactly what it's telling me.
And then just shout out to the league and them, because that's something that the Utah Jazz are doing. And last week fined them $500,000, and even finding the Indiana Pacers 100K. And
Hmm.
it's Indiana's in a weird place though, because they don't have Tyrese Halliburton
Right.
as well.
It
So
that was my thing with Indiana. It's like y'all are already at the bottom. Like y'all don't
mhm,
even like it doesn't even matter what y'all do. But I understood why they did it, because they sat out someone like Andrew Nimhart for no apparent reason.
mhm.
Who was under it, and it even said, because I have him on a fantasy team, it even said injury management. What does that even mean?
Oh, that's worse than load management for real.
Exactly.
It's
So
the
like,
same meaning, honestly.
exactly. You just put an injury next to it to make it sound good.
That's just a loophole that they probably found for real.
Exactly, and that's a loophole that clearly the NBA plugged up. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but
I have to give them. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just
no, no,
wanted to
no.
say, I think I really I like how fast they're moving with this. I really do. It shows me that they really do care.
Yes,
It really shows me that they care, that they see the problems with this, and that the fan is important.
yes,
Because
yes,
people, these games are really expensive nowadays, and no matter where you go. And so you got to spend all your hard-earned money, and then you don't get to see certain guys play, or it's a close game, or it could end up being a close game in the fourth quarter, but then you sit all your starters.
yeah.
Not fair. Like, that's not fair whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, our little cousin Cairo, he be asking me for tickets to a game to see LeBron. And I'm like, well, one, LeBron's older, so I don't know when he's actually gonna play. But then,
Mhm.
but that's the biggest thing right there, is I don't know when these guys are going to play. So like for
Exactly. Yeah, it's
example,
not
like
consistent no more.
exactly. So like for example, if me and you want to go to a game, Like I'm almost sitting here looking at the schedule like, all right, hopefully that they don't have a back-to-back because if they do, we might be in some trouble.
Yeah.
And I might have to sell these tickets to get my money back so I can get us another pair of tickets for maybe another team that is not on a back-to-back when we go to the Knicks or the Nets or whoever the heck.
Hmm.
And that's annoying and that's a lot on a consumer.
Very much so.
So yes, no, I love the fact that, like you said, like the NBA, they are coming in with a plan immediately to end this because, like we said, like because last week this was our main topic.
Hmm.
And last week this was something that we were fearful of because we thought that they were going to lose the integrity of the game. We thought that they were going to lose big time viewership from hardcore dedicated fans like ourselves. But seeing them actually try and actually care is what makes me have a lot of hope.
Very much so. Very much so.
But yeah, we just gonna have to wait and see what is up with the NBA. But
Let
let's
me before we move on, let me just touch on one last thing because
hmm
something that Mark Cuban has said when he says the NBA should worry more about the fan experience than tanking. It should worry more about pricing fans out of games than taking. You know who cares the least about tanking? A parent who can't afford to bring their three kids to a game, but buy their kids a jersey of their favorite player. Tanking isn't the issue. Affordability and quality of game presentation are. While I think he's partially right, I think he's partially wrong at the same time too,
yeah,
because
yeah.
the fan experience is the tanking plays a part into the fan experience,
It,
and you shouldn't be pricing out anybody for real. You know what I mean? And the guy who wants to bring his three kids to a game, he'd rather buy a jersey because like what's the point of going to the game? Because like you said, these dudes aren't even playing like that for real.
yeah, yeah. Like it's devastating when you go to the arena and then you find out literally 30 minutes before while you're
Hmm.
already at the arena that, such and such player is not gonna play. Like that's heartbreaking to, your little, kid that's next to you that, has seen this player on TV go crazy and they want to see that in real life and then now they can't see it.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, it all goes hand in hand for what Mark Cuban is saying. Like you said, he's partially right, but he's partially wrong because you need the players in order for all of this to come together.
Yeah, very much so.
But yeah, no, like I said, we'll see what the NBA has up their sleeve coming going into the offseason especially.
Yeah.
But moving on to college basketball, we had a lot going on in college basketball. So let's rewind to the last Saturday.
Okay.
All right, so Arizona in this last AP poll, they ended up dropping 3 spots because they lost 2 games last week, one to Kansas and then one to Texas Tech, and they also lost their one of their star freshmen in Koa P to a lower leg injury against Tech. But I don't think it's that serious for him to lose him for the rest of the season. Now, BYU lost Richie Saunders. Richie Saunders was critical to this team. Big shot taker, big shot maker. They lost him to an ACL tear. He is out for the rest of the season. It took BYU to overtime to beat Colorado. If I'm being honest with you, they should have beat Colorado by more than 15 points, but that's for another story for another day. Michigan State drops 5 spots after getting their tails whooped by Wisconsin by 21 last Friday.
Damn.
North Carolina ended up dropping 5 spots because they won against Pitt, who was a lower team in the ACC, but they lost to Miami.
Okay.
Also, remember they don't have their star freshman player in Caleb Wilson. He's still out
Mhm.
indefinitely with the left hand fracture. St. John's stays at 17. They had a good win over Providence, but it was ugly though because there was a brawl that had broken out.
Ooh.
Duncan Powell had grabbed Bryce Hopkins while he was in the air by the head and when he was trying to go up for the layup. And Duncan Powell ends up getting suspended 3 games. A total of 7 players were ejected from the game
Damn.
due to that. 6 players were ejected from that brawl, and then there was another ejection that happened as one of the Providence players pushed St. John's player as he was going up for a layup.
Okay.
So bad stuff right there. Bad look right now for Providence right now. If I'm being honest with you, Providence's head coach Kim English is probably on the scorching hot seat right now, and he's probably on his way out. Miami, Ohio stays undefeated. Still no quad one wins. As of right now, they are probably looking at an 11 seed, even if they win out. They're
Hmm.
still probably looking at an 11 seed because, like I said, no quad one wins. It's going to be very hard for anyone to fight for you to be higher than that. On Tuesday, we had five big upsets. North Carolina State defeated number 16 North Carolina. SMU defeated number 21 Louisville. Iowa defeated number 9 Nebraska. Ohio State defeats number 24 Wisconsin. Rhode Island defeats number 18 St. Louis. Arizona State defeats number 13 Texas Tech. To add insult to injury for Texas Tech, they lose their All-American star player JT Toppin to a torn ACL. He was the nation's
Damn.
he was the nation's ninth leading scorer at 21.8 points per game, averaging 10.8 rebounds per game, excuse me, 1.4 steals and 1.7 blocks per game. He was also on the John Wooden award watch list.
Oh, damn. So he's out. He's definitely gonna be out of that now.
So Texas Tech, in my opinion, with JT Toppin, was indeed a national contender.
Mm,
Without JT Toppin, they're barely going to make it out the first round, in my opinion.
strong take. Strong take. He was the driving force of that team, huh?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. JT Toppin was one of those, whatever he wanted to get in the inside, he got it.
Hmm.
It didn't matter who was there. He made Arizona work. They took Arizona to overtime and they beat Arizona on Arizona's floor.
Damn.
Gave Arizona the business. I forgot his total numbers. I'm gonna try to look it up right now. But yes, he gave Arizona the absolute business. And he had 31 points and 13 boards in that game.
31 and 13. Damn, boy.
Then Wednesday, Creighton upsets number four UConn 91 to 84. UConn is another team that I'm starting to worry about. Because what in the world is going on? Alex Caravan, one of their best players. He was on the teams that won the two back-to-back national championships, if I'm not mistaken, or at least he won. I know he at least won one, but he only
Mm.
had 4 points in that game.
Only four?
Only 4 points in that game. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the country, and he only had 4 points in that game.
Was he taking a lot of shots or did he not take a lot of shots at all?
I think he was only like 1 for 6 or 2 for 6, something like that.
That's not enough shots for real though. Even
Not
yeah.
enough at all. Not
Mm.
enough at all. Missouri upsets number 19 Vanderbilt. Number 20. Oh man, this was the game. This was one of the best games I've seen. Number 25 Alabama defeats number 20 Arkansas in double overtime, 117 to 115. Arkansas's freshman guard Kyle Darius Acuff, 49 points, 16 for 27 from the field, 6 for 10 from 3 point.
Say that
Yes.
one more time for the people in the back.
49 points as a freshman guard. He's 6'3". Cooking,
Oh my God.
cooking.
That's
Boy,
crazy.
boy, it
In
makes you
a
start
kind
to,
of in a double OT college game, son.
man.
40.
I was at work sitting there glued to my phone. Like, ain't no way. He was making everything. Step backs, get into the hoop, pull up mid ranges, pull up 3 points. Whatever he wanted, he got it.
Mm.
I think 3 or 4 of his teammates had fouled out. Yeah,
Oh, so he was really
four of
good.
his teammates fouled out, and he was still getting busy.
Oh my God. They couldn't stop him.
On the other side of him, LeBaron Philon, 35 points, 11 for 21 from the field. That was another guard that he was matched up with. They were just going
Mhm.
at it, just going at it.
Damn, dude. Okay,
Yes,
college man, it's getting into that time for real. It's getting into that time.
that's right. Arizona ended up beating number four. Arizona ended up beating number 23 BYU. But AJ Dybantsa, he had himself a game though. 35 points and 7 boards.
Mm.
So these guys is hooping. But the biggest problem right now, just to end this off with, is Kansas guard Darryn Peterson. So Darryn Peterson right now is projected to be the number one pick. In just 18 minutes against Oklahoma State, in the first half mainly, he had 23 points, 7 for 12 from the field, 6 for 10 from three. But the problem was After he made a shot in the second half, it was like early in the second half. He pointed to Coach Bill, get me out the game.
Oh no.
Get me out the game. Sat up for the rest of the game. Apparently, it was due to cramping, but according to Bill Self, he was one disappointed because he thought that he was gonna have a big night, and rightfully so.
Mhm.
But he said that this has happened more than a couple times this year.
Oh.
He has
Well, that we
played
gotta get some potassium in him.
he has played fewer than 25 minutes in 7 games, and he's missed 11 games out of the 26. He's one of 5 freshmen right now to average 20 points per game.
Why is he missing so much time?
I don't, like I said, cramping. That was one of them. Um, Shoot, he had flu-like symptoms against when Arizona had came in. But like I said, Kansas beat them when Arizona was still number one
Mm-hmm.
without him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very questionable right now. And in my opinion, I can't pick him at number one.
I was just about to ask you, does this hurt his draft stock as the number one pick?
Yes, yes, it does. It's different from Kyrie because Kyrie was actually hurt.
Kyrie was hurt. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He actually had knee problems.
Hmm.
With Darren Peterson, it's like it's always something. Why are you always cramping?
That's not
If you
good.
are cramping, why are you always cramping if you are cramping? You missed 11 out of 26 games. That's horrible. You missed basically half the season.
That's damn near half. Hmm.
And then this is the sad part. What if you guys do end up getting to the March Madness tournament? Which they will, obviously. But what happens if you get into the March Madness tournament? You can't just turn to Coach Self and be like, yo, take me out. That's not how this works.
No, I'd leave him in during cramping. I don't care now. Not worth it. Not worth, especially if you could get deep into them later rounds. You know what I mean? One game, one bad half, and
And it's over. The season's done.
that's it. One bad half, and you can't just if he really is cramping, man, he gotta his
Got to figure
cramping is
that
not to
out.
play with. But so that is he not hydrated enough? Is he not? There's so many other things that could be going on that we really don't know about.
Yeah, yeah. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling, honestly.
Do you think he's committed or not committed?
It feels like he's not, and that's the dangerous part. That's the dangerous part.
Mm,
Because guess what? NBA teams look at that. NBA teams ain't trying to deal with that headache. That's
not at
not the
all.
headache that they want to deal with.
Not at all.
Meanwhile, AJ Dybantsa is out there balling his tail off every single night that I watch him. He's getting better and better every single game that I have seen him. And then you have other guys like Kingston Fleming at Houston who's hooping.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you have all these other guys. Koa Pete is nice, bro. Like you have these other guys, these other freshmen that are kicking up right now. And he has showed the ability to do it every night.
Hmm.
But there's always something going on.
I mean, I see this where it says he has shot 13 and 36 from the field in his combined previous 3 games. Like, before he had that 7 of 12, including that 6 of 10 from three. I don't. In my personal opinion, I could see how Darren Peterson could be the number one pick, but based off of what you just told me, I can't hop off that AJ train. I really can't.
Mm-mm. And I wouldn't expect you to. I wouldn't expect you to.
Because at least he's showing me consistency. He's showing me commitment. He's showing me no matter what, he's going to go out there and give it his all.
And guess what?
If he's hurting.
BYU defers to him.
Exactly. Exactly. That
So
shows me that you could carry the world on your shoulders, essentially.
exactly. Exactly. Before we get up out of here, I'll tell you guys the big games on Saturday. We got a few.
Okay.
So Miami will be traveling to number 14 Virginia. Tennessee's going to Vanderbilt. Number 4 Arizona goes to number 2 Houston. Number
Ooh.
5 UConn goes to Villanova. Number 1 Michigan and number 3 Duke meet up in DC. Number 6 Iowa State goes to number 23 BYU to end it all off on Saturday night.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Saturday night, guys, Make sure you're locked into your television because I for sure will be.
Shoot, all day Saturday. Y'all got
All day, not just the night. My fault. All
all
day.
day. That Michigan and Duke game is going to be crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna definitely have to tune in. I'm gonna definitely have to tune in.
Most deaf, most deaf. But till then, I'm your host, Cam Silver,
I'm your co-host Kyle Silver.
and we'll be back next week with more.
Thank you. Thank you.